All right, welcome. So I'm going to go over the What Have I Been Taught template. Now, this particular template is designed for lower level students when you first start out the year. There's some basic foundational words and vocabulary you want the students to know, and maybe some basic grammar structures as well. But in order to do that, one of the things that we have to do is we have to have them kind of categorize. I like to categorize these things. They help the students understand it, and especially at those lower levels, they need them in categories because it just makes things a little bit simpler. Now, this particular one, what I've done with it is I've taken it, I've printed it out on both sides and said, this is your study guide. These are the words that you can study with, and you'll be able to do just fine. So when you see here, we have the numbers here, okay, 1 through 20. We have the colors. We also have body parts and weekdays. And we also have a very basic ground level basic understanding of a grammar concept that all nouns are capitalized, all nouns have a grammatical gender, and we have the der, die, and das. So this may not apply to your particular language, but something that you can think about. What's one grammar concept, the very first grammar concept that the kids need to know? Then I also have on the back side of this, I do have a second page, and this is also, again, kind of heavy on some of the words, like they have to know haben and sein. That's to have and to be. And they also need to know the numbers and my family and the months. So the way that I would use this in class is basically just, I would print this out both sides and say, this is your study guide for the year. And what I want you to do is go through this and just check yourself that you know what each of these words mean. And even if their brains say, okay, well, I know January is January. I know these are the months. These are all in order. So I know them. Even the physical act of saying, I got this, I know this, and they start writing it down, it really cementifies those words into their minds. Also, having any sort of charts or diagrams, for example, a family tree is worth having on here. And even if the students go through here and you tell them to write real tiny, you say, okay, make sure that you write down what each of these phrases mean. So this is my grandfather, my grandmother, my mother, my father, my aunt, my uncle, those types of things. And all of these things can be changed or adjusted as needed. Now, one thing I recommend as well is think about putting these to the tune of your unit. So let's say, for example, instead of colors here, we wanted to change it to something else. So how we're going to do that is we're going to the Elements tab, we click on that, and then we can search anything. So if we are doing something to do with, I don't know, wind energy, we can type that in, and we might have some graphics here that might be a little bit more appropriate than the rainbow. We might have some windmills. We might want to use one for water energy. And you go ahead and type that in. Oh, that's kind of a fun one. Kind of makes the kids wonder, wow, there's a plug next to a water thing. Again, the idea is that you're using the graphics to help cement in their minds the meanings of these different things and put things into a different context. And again, these are something as well that students could work together. I actually did this with my students, and what I said is, okay, guys, what are the numbers 1 through 20? So let's go ahead and do it as a class. And as I was in front of the class, I would type in here. I say, okay, how do we say number 1 in German? They said eins. So I said, okay. So I typed in eins. And then we went down to zwei, and we had them go along with me and create this together as a class. So this wasn't even assigning them this assignment, though that would have been just fine. But going through it with the students, if you have the template, all you have to do is work together and find out what students really do know. Because maybe you went through red, yellow, blue, and gray in great detail, but maybe Weiss wasn't one. So I might put Weiss and I'll put it into another text box that says, difficult words. Or don't forget, Weiss means white. So these are different ways that we can utilize this in front of class as a front of class instruction, but it also helps the students check, okay, what do I remember? What do I not? In silence in the classroom, is a big indicator that maybe they don't know what it is. So you may want to review that again and take that not as an indicator of failure, but as an indicator of an opportunity for you to review and recycle some of these vocabulary words so students can be successful in this. So hopefully it gives you some ideas on how you can use this in class without having it be just another assignment, but maybe you have it be an opportunity to come together as a class and create something better. So it's a great opportunity. I hope you like the template. I want you to go ahead and take the template and use it for your own purposes. Find out your own unit that you want to use. Come up with something cool designs. Maybe have a competition for students to create the best design. However works for you, and good luck with that. Good luck creating.